The April 10th, 2024 regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen will come to order. Please join us in the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Don't think we have any comments from the public. If you guys want to share anything. So could I get a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of March 27th, 2024?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Nope.
Okay, well, good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you, Stacy. So a few things under correspondence. We received an application from Catherine Vargas, Alan Head, Rebecca Noland, Elizabeth Wood, Rob Simmons, and Beth Moore for the Stonington Cemeteries Commission. Then we received an application from Aiden Adams for the Economic Development Commission. And we received an application from Andrea Barella for the Architectural Design Review Board. So now under appointments. Exciting, thank you, Ben. Could I get a motion to appoint Tom Taylor as an alternate member of the Architectural Design Review Board?
So moved.
I'll second that.
Any questions or discussion? I got to talk with him last week, thank you. And
Good, okay.
yeah, he seemed great, and he was interested in the, you mentioned the alternate position specifically, so I think this will be good. And then I haven't talked yet with Andrea, but there's still another position open, so we'll talk with her and then
And that's
hopefully.
also an alternate. Where's that?
Is there a regular and
There's both.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
still one of each?
Yeah.
I believe so.
So, but she has she's landscape architect background too, so we'll be getting close.
Is she interested in the permanent position or the
I haven't-
alternate? I didn't know this one.
I think she's spoken with the chairperson, so I think she is, but you haven't spoken
Yeah,
with her. I think
so-
I have her on the calendar for the next week.
For next week. All right, so we'll report back. So all those in favor of Thomas Taylor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Could I get a motion to reappoint Jay Spalding, who's currently the chair, to the Stonington Harbor Management Commission?
Yeah. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
No, thank you.
Doing really good.
Yeah, they have a great team over there. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. So unfortunately, we have a second resignation from the Stonington Housing Opportunities Commission, Kevin Halter. We thank him for his service. His job just got to be a bit much with traveling. He was great when he was there, but so now we have 2 openings. So anyone listening, interested? We've had one person say they are potentially interested, but they want to come to a meeting first, so they're going to come to our next meeting. And then there's still another opening.
Who's
So,
that?
you know, I don't forget her last name, Sandy something. Moira, the chair, knew her. And she, yeah, so we'll see. She'll come to a meeting and see what she thinks about it.
So
but, you know,
everyone that we interviewed, I mean, Kevin was so interesting.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
too bad that, is there anyone else we can revisit, or are they already on there?
I think they were all appointed,
it
weren't
was
they?
everybody.
Or maybe there was
I
one.
was trying to remember if there was anybody.
that we didn't put on there. We can go back and look.
Because the main discussion was about alternates, it seems to me.
Yeah. And it's,
Yeah,
you're
actually,
right.
that's what it was. We put the 5 on, and then we added the alternates at a,
Oh, yeah, at a,
was that
Town
it?
meeting.
Gosh, I don't know,
Next
if I'm
one.
confusing it with something else.
no, I think that was it.
Okay.
I think we'd only had 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll see, but if you guys know anybody that's interested, and we've asked all the
I'll keep
members
my ear open for that.
to reach out to people. Hannah had seen him, Cedar Mark had said she was going to ask around too. So, and Moira obviously already was, and we've asked Lynn and Liz and the other members, and Meredith. So hopefully, we could use, not that we're gender stereotyping, but we've lost 2 males, and then it's all female, so it'd be good to have some gender balance on the board. So we can
When's
find a male.
they're the last Thursday of the month?
Fourth
Fourth,
Thursday?
I think.
Fourth
Yeah,
Thursday.
'cause every now and then there's a fifth, secret fifth. When we volunteer, that's a good show. All right, so that, nothing under old business. So our big reason why we're here. New business, set the call for the annual town meeting and date for adjourned annual town meeting / referendum. Be it hereby resolved that pursuant to Section 3-2 of the Charter, the Board of Selectmen calls the annual town budget meeting to be held on Monday, April 22nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. at Stonington High School, 176 South Broad Street, Pawcatuck, Connecticut, as outlined in the notice of the annual town budget meeting that will be attached to the minutes of this meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve the resolution to call the annual town meeting on Monday, April 22nd, 2024 at 7 p.m.?
So moved.
Here's a second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that motion passes. Now, next one. Be it hereby resolved that pursuant to Section 9-1 of the Charter, the Board of Selectmen sets the date for referendum and adjourned annual town budget meeting for April 30th, 2024, as outlined in the notice of referendum and adjourned annual town budget meeting that will be attached to the minutes of this meeting as Appendix B. Do I hear a motion to approve the resolution to set the date for referendum and adjourned annual town budget meeting for Tuesday, April 30th, 2024?
So moved.
Here's a second.
Second.
Do you guys want to discuss this?
Just a couple questions. Is it going to be an 8 a.m., a 6 a.m. start, 8 a.m. start, 12?
12 to 8.
12 to 8.
Yeah,
Okay, I
half
know that
day.
sometimes.
Now, do we always automatically send it to referendum?
You don't have to, we,
Is there a reason to, without seeing what the result of the town meeting?
so you'd have, if we're gonna send it to referendum, we have to choose now, so they have to
Yeah,
go in
understand.
tandem, so we
Would
couldn't wait to do, if you did a town meeting, the timeline would then just, it would get pushed back much further, because what did you say, it takes about how many weeks then to set a referendum?
No, you have to have a referendum, not more than 7 days, not less than 7 days, not more than 14. You have to have a referendum within the time frame. That's why we have to set.
From the town meeting?
I'm sorry?
Time
From
frame.
the town meeting. Yep.
So-
And people wouldn't be able to do any absentee ballots in that case, though, either.
But once so I guess my next question is, once we set it tonight, does that mean that it's going to happen, or can it
Yes.
still not?
Yeah, that's what we'd be doing now. So I think in the past, like when we first started, we did have a pretty long, I think healthy debate about not sending it. And then, different people obviously share different views about it. At the end, I'll say what I felt, and then you can share what you come to the conclusion, because even some people, still don't think we should do it. I just feel like it's the biggest thing that impacts the most people's life, and if anything, we're going to be sending to referendum for people to have a say on. It should be our budget. It is disappointing how few people turn out, but it's certainly more than the
More than the
100 we get at a town meeing.
If that, I think
Yeah.
last year there were like 8 people.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, more would come though if they were
Yeah.
voting on it, but it's just so small. So I just think it's such a big part of our town and kind of our form of government. And if people seem to really want a chance to vote more and more in referendum, so to take away their right to do that by a budget, I think I wouldn't feel comfortable with, but.
No, I don't disagree with that at all. I'm just, are we taking away the town meeting as well? We are, the town meeting will be canceled. I think.
No,
We
it's
still
just-
have the town
it's
meeting.
We'll still have the town
Yeah.
meeting and
Yeah.
people have the chance to speak.
They can, yeah.
So it'd be like another public hearing.
Essentially,
basically.
yeah. People, every now and then we'll get somebody who will come and share something, but
But
it's
everybody will
usually
know in advance.
that it's
the vote
going
is
to
gonna be.
referendum and
Yeah.
there's no vote, but there is a chance to speak again, and the paper is usually there to cover it, so if somebody does want to come and speak, they can be heard, but it is more the official public hearing for the budget. It's really the best time if people want to shape it.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine with that.
No, and I feel the same way you do, that I think it's an opportunity to reach more people, especially with absentee ballots. So many people complain about votes that are taken in the town meeting, and that how it's biased. And so this is actually, you're right, it does impact everybody.
But if you're listening, please come vote. Either way you want to vote is fine, but it would be great to see.
So
a
it'll
turnout.
be just, it won't be every voting, just be two voting places.
Right,
and
yes.
shorten
So it'll be
hours, so.
Yeah.
Pawcatuck, Metlin, whatever, the district office and the borough?
I think so. Yeah, because it's in attached to the,
Yeah.
packet.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay,
That's
so
good
we're
enough.
good. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those are good questions. Okay. Building, right, this is something else we need to talk about, but building permit fee waiver for a town project, Stonington High School boiler replacement. So we received a request from Stonington Public Schools in regards to waiving the building permit fee for a boiler replacement project at the high school in the amount of $11,041. Could I get a motion to approve the building permit fee waiver?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just, no, go ahead.
I mean, in theory, it makes sense. This is a town project. It's not, the 501Cs that have a
Yeah.
limit of $10,000.
Yeah, it's our
People
money.
might argue that, wait, this is Board of Ed, not the town, but it's a town building.
Yeah.
So I don't have.
No, I agree with that, just, it's not providing a bonus for anybody that's already working to a contract, though. It includes the-
It's just our building permit fee. Yeah, it's just what would go
I mean,
right
the
back.
contractor hasn't already allowed for that in their contract.
Good point.
I don't know what you're saying.
No, he's saying sometimes when you have a contract, they include the building.
Oh, yeah.
Fee.
the fees.
Yeah.
So you'd have to
I'm
make
sure
sure that
Alicia will
that's-
be on top of that, but we can
Yeah.
double check with
As
her.
long as we, as long as we're not paying it.
Yeah. Yeah, we can triple check with Alicia, but I'm sure she
Yeah, I would
had that.
imagine she's on top of
So all those in favor?
Aye.
it. Aye.
Aye, motion carries. And on a similar theme, we have a request from Human Services Rec Department in regards to waiving the building permit fee for an electrical project associated with scorekeeping the dugout that we, for Spellman Park in the amount of $229. Could I get a motion to approve the building fee waiver?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? No, sorry, yeah, any discussion?
No, exact same question though, Ben. You know, it's a good point to make sure we're not paying.
The only thing I want to bring up at a future meeting is I feel like this is kind of a waste of everyone's time, including Stacy's, to have to like write all this up, get everything from staff, that maybe we'll add it to a future agenda that if it's a town project, does it need to come to the Board of Selectmen? Should it be, I think there still needs to be a check and balance, but like, should it be the Director of Finance? Should it be the first Selectman? Should it be two different parties, a department head and someone else? But it seems a bit
Well,
bizarre.
especially for $200. I mean, the
But,
11,000, you know,
Yeah.
maybe the public might.
Yeah, because it's taxpayer money paying and then coming back.
Yeah.
So like it's just showing up in the budget under revenue for building permit fees and then being
Yeah.
it seems bizarre, like either
Yeah.
way we're paying ourselves, whether,
Yeah.
so it's just something we can discuss, but it just seems like it's.
Yeah, again, though, it's
interesting.
nice to have the checks and balances, and if there is a contract involved, and making sure that it's not
Yes,
double dipping.
I'm sure, yeah, Jim and Alicia would be, it's not like we're checking it, so.
Yeah, no.
I do have like copies of the proposals, so like what you just approved, I'm looking at the proposal and it, adds up to, it's a $17,000 job. They put in there to include the following permit, but fee to be determined. They don't know what the fee is, and it's based off of the job total, which is $17,000, and then there's some sort of however they do that math in the building department. So in this case, it's not, that number is not included in the 17,000.
But again, just something to put on the future agenda to talk about. All right, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, we're almost done. Comments from the selectmen? Debbie, you want to first?
Sure, I don't have that much. I just had a couple of comments. One, it's for the FERC, the flood and erosion control. I guess I can go first, but.
We need a better
I know.
acronym for that, so we can all.
So at the last meeting, we had talked about having them review the list of projects, and I saw that Chris sent an email today saying, are you going to send us a list of projects? Now, I thought I had sent them
Yeah.
the annex.
Yeah.
So I resent it today to Chris and Dave, and I think you were copied on it, but I didn't know if there was another list.
No, it's really that, although I think we could ask, that's a good point, we could ask Public Works also per, I think you mentioned it on Bill Sternberg's comments during the Board of Finance meeting, like maybe we could also include the SIP projects that we think are related to their purview of their board. So maybe we could ask Jeff, if you don't mind.
No,
we could
I
ask
can.
Jeff to just go through the SIP, including the stuff we had obviously cut out, and like if there's also any projects he knows that would be in the hopper for the next couple of years, and then that way they could get a little summary. And Chris Greenlaw, like part of this with the FERC looking at this was his brainchild, so maybe just CC him because he might have some other projects he wants to throw in there, and just
Okay.
thank him for the idea.
Okay.
And sorry, and while we're on it, maybe include Clifton, because we keep trying to do a better job differentiating between Public Works versus planning, with planning taking the driver's seat for looking at future projects, even though they might really be engineering, like to try and work closer together as departments to really be looking for future projects. And they've been doing a good job. It's just kind of getting started though.
Okay. I mean, that was really probably my biggest thing, and then, you know, for the Boathouse Park, which we didn't have a meeting, but I'm attending that kickoff meeting with Downs next week, and we did have a good call with DECD. I thought that was a really good call with DECD to talk about where we are, where we're going, and the very likely possibility of getting some additional money from them, so.
For Brownfield,
Yeah, it's for Brownfield, so I thought that was really, I think that was a worthwhile meeting. So I think that's all I have.
Not much, I just wanted to follow up with you though, Danielle. Last month or 2 weeks ago, we talked about the possible dinghy dock in Stone Harbor. You said you were going to be meeting with,
Yes.
would you meet with?
So it was the harbor manager, Eric, harbor
Master.
master, thank you. Thank you.
We've got like 5 of them in town.
Yeah, so Eric, and then a number of people from Dodson,
Yeah.
and then at least one, maybe 2 representatives from the Harbor Management Commission. It was good, so basically they gave me their rundown of different places they're working on narrowing down and looking at maybe some shorter term solutions or additional solutions, like it might not just be a one-stop shop, but then for our side, I connected them with Dan Smith, or
Yeah.
WPCA, and he was very open to it, to talk more about the potential for adding it there. So
Along the bulkhead, the stone bulkhead.
yeah, so that's where we left it. They were going to connect with him, and I mentioned our only concern is they wanted to add potential parking, additional parking by the WPCA entrance, which I thought was very thoughtful, to be thoughtful for the fishermen and the playground and the small boat
Yes,
Boat Association, thank you. But it floods right there, so we just wanted them to be aware of it and to talk about potential solutions there, but that was very thoughtful.
Boaters are usually pretty aware of the flooding.
Flooding, right, yeah. So it just might be hard to figure out a parking solution on that site, but we'll see. So yeah, so we'll see, but you're more than welcome if you want to follow up with Dan or with Eric to.
Yeah, well, I
get
plan on
update.
following up with the
We're
Harbor
joint,
Management
yeah.
Commission anyway, and I've been talking to Sandy Barnes for the Waterfront
Yes.
Commission because they
They do,
control that
yeah.
property there. So, and he was very receptive to the idea of something along that the stone bulkhead.
Yeah,
Just as long as it doesn't interfere with the fishing boats.
yeah, exactly.
But is there a chance that if it did move along, that it could be included into the work that's going on?
No, because it would need to be separately designed and engineered, and it wasn't part of our federal approval for fixing that pier.
Yeah.
But I'd say in the past, if it stays this way, the small harbor grants that the Port Authority puts out, usually not enough people even apply for them. So
Because DEEP
that-
is really into
yeah,
public
and
access.
yeah,
too.
and DEEP has been putting out more and more
Yeah,
grants.
more
So
and more
I think if they wanted to pursue that, we could definitely help them with doing a grant for design and engineering, and then for the actual completion of the project. So, but I just feel like they're probably at least a year or 2 out from being able to do construction work, and that federal money was specifically for construction work for the pier.
I did have one quick question for you. Where are we in the water?
Oh, I can give an update on that. Will it been
I'm
more?
done.
Okay, so we're just about at 30% design for the water loop. So I think actually next week, maybe we might be having a meeting with the engineers to go over it. There's been some back and forth, I think, Westerly Water and maybe some other people feel like one of the alternate routes that went down Renee might be better, but the engineers who are actually working on it really feel like it has to go down Mary Hall. So we'll meet, and I haven't heard firsthand why that is. So
Yeah, with the
Chris, town engineer, and Jeff, public works director, have been the main points of contact for it. So, but they've been out there a lot. They did have a few setbacks with the weather because they were trying to do the borings and everything, and look at all the ledge. But so yeah, so we'll see. But we're about at 30%, and so hopefully we'll confirm a design plan and a route, and then be able to move forward and see what we can do with the money we have.
So is that the main thing that determines the route, is the ledge?
Yeah, because I think how expensive it'll be too. And then I think they were also doing testing, because the main point, again, for the grant, which we had to remind our friends in Westerly, is for fire protection. It wasn't, that we didn't get the grant for water access, it was for fire protection, so it has to really be based on, and this is not my, obviously, bailiwick, but, PSIs and flows and, their hydraulic models that they're gonna run. So I'm sure that's part of the engineer's determination of what route it's gonna go down, but then obviously money, because where we have enough money. But it's been going well, so that's really good. They also had a really good meeting. I couldn't attend it, but we'll have another one very soon with the town doc, with DACO, their new name, I'm forgetting. But they really hit the ground running, and they're doing a great job. They had scuba divers down there, like they were looking at underneath everything. They were able to capture a lot more, I think, than they initially thought in one go. So things are really moving along well. So that is really good and exciting. And then I'm trying to think of the big thing. So we're close. It might actually, Molly might have hit send today, applying to the National Coastal Resiliency grant or call. It's like the first phase, and then if you get selected, you do the bigger application, but for the living shoreline for the boathouse park. And so, and Chad Frost has been really helpful from Camp Frost with giving kind of feedback and assistance on some of that, so that's been great. And Molly's great. She's actually away and working on it like early mornings and getting it all done, and we had a call this morning about it. So yeah, I think that's well on its way. We're asking for a little over, we're trying to put additional items in there that they could pull out if they want, like the benches and the site furnishing, so we'll see. And then the Long Island Sound one opens next, so we'll see, but she had
How much is that? Or how much is available?
It's a nationwide, so it's big, and they actually asked us, we were originally going to ask for less, and they told us we really needed to ask for more to be more competitive, so that's why we're like, oh, if it fits, we'll add in things about like stormwater for the, that's what Chad said, we're like, I think that might be a little much of the boardwalk that we have to cut. I could tell him, I was like, it won't get enough, but we keep looking for money for that. But we had on the boathouse, we had a nice email from the rowing group saying that since the news came out about hiring down, they've had some more donors come out and connect with them. So that was really good. And so I think our kickoff meeting with them is soon.
Not officers of towns, I hope.
No, no, it's totally separate. I think existing ones, but just feel more confident moving forward. So that's really good. I'm working, thanks to Stacy and also Molly, on putting in funding for the circus lot, for the congressionally directed spending like we did last year. We weren't successful, but hopefully now that went through the town meeting and it passed, we'll be more competitive. That's through the Senate offices. That's due next Wednesday, the 14th. Stacey's been helping me reach out to people for letters of support. If you guys want to see who we're reaching out to in case you have other ideas, just shoot us an email, but hopefully that'll go well. And then we shared because you can put in more than one, so we've shared it with the school, we've shared it with the police, we've shared it with WPCA, with Human Services, so I need to follow up with them. I think the police were going to put one in, and I don't know if anyone else is going to, so I'll try and follow up with them because it's Wednesday, but it was nice. I just happened, Representative Baumgartner invited me to join him at the meeting with the Nature Center, and they were talking about different things, and they came up, and so I think they're going to apply too. So it's good, because I mean, you can get multiple ones for different, same town, but different departments or different agencies. So it'll be good if we got some this year. And then, anything else big that I should update on? Yeah, well, things are good. It's just been really, really busy. But everybody's doing good. And then, do you have any questions?
I have one question. So we were over at Grisale, and the river is really high. We tried to go.
Raising hand.
The river is really high below that bridge.
Yeah.
Is that the one they were talking about looking at Scour?
Yes, still on the bridge, yeah. And we did put in a grant request for that bridge a couple weeks ago. So we'll hear more about that, and if not, it'll probably have to come on our SIP soon. But yeah, they did have divers go out and look
That
and
is the
stuff.
highest I have
Yeah.
ever seen the water.
Yeah, and it's been
Blood stage.
impacting it, yeah.
So,
I know.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Ground
On
is
top
just so
of
saturated.
it, speaking of bridges, I think South Anguilla is finally done. The paving got completed, so
That was good.
that was good. That only took 20 years. That wasn't that long. It was a long time. So yeah, no, everybody's really busy, but they're doing really good.
I have a site in Stratford, and I'm going down there to look at it, and right very near it, because I'm looking at all these maps and coastal area and stuff like that, is the Stuart McKinney.
Oh.
It's the
Yeah.
natural seashore. They've got a living shoreline down there. It shows up on the map.
So
And
they already
all-
have one?
It looks like it's already there. So I'm gonna see if I can get in there, but
Oh.
I don't know if I can access it.
Where is it?
In
Stratford.
Stratford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Stuart B. McKinney.
Yeah. It's like, if
Near
you,
the airport?
it's, looking at the plan in my head where my site is, and then there's like the oil terminals and Bridgeport Harbor on
Yeah.
one side, it's right on the other side.
So right on the harbor.
Yeah, so on the eastern side.
Yes,
And
we
it
can
says
see it. Yeah.
Lordship Road.
Because I was like, wow, because I knew about one they were looking at in Branford, but I didn't think there was one in
Already
Stratford.
created?
I don't think it's already
Okay.
created, but this one is showing up on the map.
Yeah, so we
So-
should see how they got their funding.
Yeah, it might be an EPA one, but
Okay.
who knows? But-
Yeah, it'd be good to find out, anything you can.
Yeah.
Question for you, Danielle, about just drainage, your favorite subject, and as saturated as everything is, and I'm sure you've seen, like the rest of us, excuse me, all the sump pumps running and the roads are soaked everywhere, but right by the flagpole in downtown Mystic, in
Yeah.
front of
Yeah.
S&P, there's a storm drain.
Yes.
That's,
I have an answer to this.
oh,
It's a
did I bring
state-
it up already?
I don't know if you did, or it was during
Might
a
have
walk
been
we
me.
had, and I found out, so it's a state drain. So Norm Miller is wonderful drainage person for the state, who's fast becoming a friend because of all of our, no, he's wonderful.
We have issues.
So Chris has been working with him on many things, but on that one too, and we're gonna try and look more into it. But it is a state drain, and they became aware, because I think at first they thought it was one issue, and then they realized that it's like just permanently
Yeah.
full, and so they're trying to, but the state, yeah, they said they were gonna try and, obviously they have a lot of projects, but they're gonna try and look more into what's causing that. But so thank you, yeah, they are aware of it, and we.
Yeah, because it comes out of that one, then runs down the street into
Yeah.
the next one.
Yeah, and it's just like permanently full.
Yeah.
For like a month now, right?
Yeah,
Like
there's
it's all
algae
there.
in there, and yeah, it's been, yeah,
Yeah,
many
so the
months.
state is looking at it. Anything else? All right, then we stand adjourned. Thank you. Thank you.